Terrorblade can work, but I'm theory crafting a hell lot here, so we'll see how well the Earth Spirit roams actually.
Okay, now we've cheated. We've seen the draft. Whose draft do you favor more? Now, this is also including team execution. Who do you feel like is going to execute and win the game?
Team execution. I would say that Bazaar have the morale, the winning faceless and all. Because, like you mentioned, a very long game that they had, and I'm just gonna go with.
It's a hard decision.
I'm gonna go with Rodgi. I think I've really enjoyed his. I think this is just a 50-50 for me. I'm probably not knowledgeable enough to know the slight differences in draft. I don't think anyone is severely out draft here. Both have elements of push, elements of split push, pushing, ganking. So, but I really enjoyed watching Rodgi play this entire qualifier. He has been a standout support for me. If anything, he has been able to roam with a Bat Rider, make it work, and somehow still meet all his item timings. So I'm expecting big plays from this guy, and always fun to watch some Kowlin football.
Who doesn't like watching Kowlin football this year? Oh man, watching Earth Spirit, sometimes it's like one of those heroes where you see it all the time, but you say, you know what, I don't mind seeing this hero all the time. He actually gives us a lot of spectator value.
It's not fun to play against him.
Clearly.
But it's super fun to watch him. And because some of these things are just out of the world. And we'll see how Geek Fam deal with it. Velo has been playing a lot of Centaur. I think a lot of offlaners have been playing a lot of Centaurs, but I specifically noticed that Velo has been playing a lot of Centaur, and I have them on. Yeah, alright, so I was wondering where the Dire Heroes went. Fogged them up myself. So I'm going to run through Bazaar, and then you can take Geek Fam. I'm just going to be playing the Terrorblade Nova on the Vengeful Spirit. We have Afu playing the Slaughter. Tibasaur going to play it by Ben. And Nana, you're going to play the Tinker.
Just rebooting my client really quickly as I got a bug. So I'll be doing Geek Fam, right?
Yep.
All right, so let's go on to the side of Geek Fam, who are going to be on the Radiant side for today. So up towards the north of the map, we have Crimson on our Crystal Maiden, going to be followed by Shonix, who's going to be playing the Juggernaut. In the middle lane, we have our Shadow Fiend played by Teehee. Also going to the top lane is Rodgi on the Earth Spirit. And finally, in the bottom lane, we have Velo on our Centaur War Runner.
And already a aggressive tri-lane on aggressive tri-lane that gets spotted out right away, predicted and all that. Slaughter makes his way up top. So we're going to have some musical lanes coming out for now. Nova going to look to push Velo away from this lane, and Velo looking to block off this pull. So both sides dodging that aggressive tri-lane. Do you think there'll be any more movement now that they have been spotted out?
I've seen... So this is a very rare situation because eventually teams do stop changing lanes. But I remember watching one series. I forgot the teams they were playing. I believe it was a European game.
Musical lanes.
It was
non-stop.
It was musical lanes non-stop, and it was relentless. It was as if the laning phase never existed. It was just people consistently moving around. Eventually, safe lane moved into the middle, and middle ends up going into the safe lane, and it just kept going on and on and on. And honestly, it was interesting. It was an interesting experience. Probably the first that I've ever had.
Well, Geek Fam are still going to stick with this, so we will not have any kind of migrations going on right now. The Slaughter gets spotted out. He has boots first, so he will be able to annoy people. But there's the roll in, and Slaughter looks like he wants to contest this rune. He does have the crush, so he probably will get his bounty rune. Yes, Afu going to snatch up that extra money. Nova as well going to be picking up the Radiant bounty rune. Definitely going to be happy about that, and Imbis for that Vengeful Spirit means a possible roam here on that Shadow Fiend, but Rodgi not about to give up this tussle.
He will leave him alone now. The disadvantage of Slaughter as a support is he has such a little mana pool that once you commit those crushes, you already have to either go back to one of the shrines to heal, or you need a clarity, or you have to go back to Fountain. It's one of these heroes where if you play it as a support, you really need to manage your mana well. Otherwise, you wouldn't be using your time efficiently as a Slaughter, right? And it's teams where if they can manage this mana well with their Slaughter and get Arcane Boots on one of the other supports, they can really make things happen. And the hero ends up being promoted from a position 4 to 3.5 when it gets an early blink.
Yeah. Definitely the Afu Slaughter. Afu, I think, has been also one of those supports. Although he's been more hit or miss than Rodgi. And we'll see if this game is going to be a hit or not. But Nana rolling,
miss.
Geek gonna roll in onto Nana, but the kick comes out there, stun. Nana gonna take a lot of right click damage. The Elbow Venom, it's gonna be enough. One more right click, not enough. And Nana could be surviving there on a hair. Did have one Fairy Fire to tip him up into good shape, but not gonna have to use it.
He's gone for boots first, so no extra regen for Nana. If he takes any more critical damage like that, he will end up having to go back to Fountain.
That's a shrine.
Oh, they're gonna... It depends if he dies first.
Yeah, if he dies, then yeah, that's it. But Nana has been having a pretty rough day, actually. A lot of people have been looking to pile in mid. Oh, meanwhile, Velo gonna get caught by the Metamorphosis. Has to stop there. Very perfectly done. Will block up the Vengeful Spirit's progress. And will not be a first blood here. So he's gonna scoot away. There's no shrine for him, so that's home.
Yeah, unfortunate for the life of a Centaur, but sometimes you just gotta cop the bullet, right?
Arcane Rune picked up by T. That's gonna be helpful. Use cost with the CM boost as well. Really gonna enjoy that. A smoked up Slaughter looking to make something happen here, but level 2 means that the window for opportunity is rather small. Shionix making its way down bottom, so the musical lanes have managed to develop. Oh, but never mind, jumping down. Jinxed him. Level 2 Slaughter does indeed have some use.
That's also with the help of a level 3 laser as well. So Nana looking to be one of the more aggressive tinkers this game instead of the Boots of Travels, March of Machine, Creep Wave sort of tinkers we occasionally see.
Usually you pick Heavy March if you're facing a lane that you can't win. And you're either getting double teamed,
if you require split push as well, that's another scenario that you really want to be going for the marches. But I think in this game, going for laser, absolutely a great decision. You take a look at what Geek Fam has. Laser is effective on both Juggernaut and the Shadow Fiend. Even though Shadow Fiend can throw out those razors, there are times when Teehee won't have the mana to throw razors, and that's where the laser becomes such a effective way of dealing with the Shadow Fiend in general. Just those 3 seconds should be enough to kill off the very frail Shadow Fiend.
Tinker's is one of those heroes that I absolutely hate playing against. And oh, Afu gonna run right into the Centaur, and there's Chakram as well. But not gonna have the firepower to kill him off, and Afu would just scoot away with the help of Sprint.
Now Raji's nearby. Is there a chance that... No, Ben would be too difficult a target to kill. If they can get a jump onto Afu, that could be a different story. He is a little low mana for a crush, but he will have at least one available. Support behind though.
Around.
No, I think... Did he see Raji?
That's
I don't think he
saw Raji, but I think it was a little ambitious.
Yeah.
So decided to peel back, and we have the the face off the carries bottom lane. 33 lost hits to the 23. I think Shionix did have a little, or rather, Terrorblade had a head start over Shionix. So that doesn't really count, but they're rolling in, and Timbersaw dropping low. You said there's not enough firepower. There certainly is. The chain comes across. No, maybe not. The Chakram doing a lot of damage, and that was 3 points in reactive armor.
That's a Timbersaw for you. He is one of the more difficult heroes to kill off, especially with the reactive armor, as you said. So, wasted resources there for the Radiant squad, but they've got more chances to kill him off.
Yeah, there's a laser control. Tinker is sitting at level 7 with 2 safe skill points. So, holding on to that for now because he's very close to Boots of Travel. And you'll want to pick up the March if you need a little bit of last minute jungling. So just holding on to the skills and holding on to that rearm skill point as well. Maybe needs the extra point for laser kills and stuff. But now they're gonna roam in and look for the freeze. The Stampede gives them the extra burst of speed. The laser comes out and it's gonna be enough. The soul claimed there by the Shadow Fiend. Nova a little late to the party, but level 3 not gonna be able to offer much assistance to his Tinker.
Yeah, Formula 1 TP apparently not a function in Dota 2, so that's as fast as the TP can go. I think even if he tried the TP quicker, he would have still died regardless. But at least X-Nova, he is going to be able to make use of this lane and soak up the EXP. But it looks like we're going to have another wraparound here onto Velo. We do have Afu coming in for a backstab in this top lane.
He has a raindrop.
Yep.
Just gonna make things a little hard here. Oh, Afu gonna get crushed. There's the Chakram. Draining his strength once again, but his health is down low enough that the Chakram is going to prove to be a problem. So he throws out a double edge just to do enough spike damage to this Slaughter, and they will get a successful pick off. Ben was actually lower mana, so.
Yeah. I believe, yeah, it was mostly the Soul Ring and I believe the Wand as well that gave him just enough to kill off the Centaur. The tower will go down. Nice influx of gold going into Bazaar's pockets. They are a team that is going to be able to drive on the momentum of towers because every single one of those heroes needs that gold. It's not just the carries. I'm also looking at the supports here because you look at X Nova. He just has boots. Poor guy. Just boots and 200 gold as well.
It's the life of a position 5 bench. I think the Terrorblade actually very underfarmed for 8 minutes. Is this underfarmed? Am I missing an item or something? It's only Ring of Aquila and Treads.
Well,
I guess it's only been 8 minutes, just been a lot of action to and fro.
Well, you also need to consider he was also thrown into the off lane for a little bit and had to one-on-one Shonix.
Yeah.
So maybe
he's actually managed to catch up quite a bit.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Shonix has maybe given Ajit a bit of a run for his money and done some better CSing than the Terrorblade has.
Yeah, but both of them have been left pretty much unattended. The one-on-one carry action there.
Who's not going to be unattended will be Nana, because look at this party heading in towards the middle lane.
Yeah, everyone's been ganking Nana all day, and there's Stampede. That's a round 2. Deja Vu rolls in, tries to blow up the CM, but it's not going to be enough as they kick a rock in his face. Afu going to collect that one as he TPs in as well. So, stopped him right in his tracks, and Geek Fam claimed Tinker again, but he has already got his travels and didn't really lose any gold.
Top
18
lane.
seconds of farm time.
Hello, being chased by Arjit and X Nova, but it looks like they've given up the chase.
Missile?
No, they haven't.
They have the, yeah, he's gonna TP. I think TPing cost him his life. He could have ran, I think.
I believe so as well, unless... Yeah, there is nothing in Terrorblade's arsenal or inside the Vengeful Spirit's arsenal that would have been enough to kill him.
I think a Hoof Storm would have been sufficient. And now Slaughter going in there looking for that Juggernaut, holding on to that crush, and they're still giving chase and just forcing out the spin from him. No big deal.
Kind of a nice faint crush there from R3. You probably knew he was never going to kill Shonix because of the cast animation. So he said, okay, let's feint it, let's bait out the spin, use a little bit of his mana, and maybe soften him up for another opportunity later on.
Oh, they see a kill on a Terrorblade. An option here. The Crystal Maiden is going to find an opportunity, but no, the roll in perfect. 80% slow, very strong. We're gonna have to freeze him in time, prevent that Thunder from coming out, and Crystal Nova blows him sky high. No chance for that life swap. And another well-executed gank here. Geek Fam keeping on par with the kills.
So far, if we take a look at the net worth right now for both teams, Bazaar, they are leading by 2k, but this is a very minor difference. One team fight can absolutely turn this graph in the other direction. But for Bazaar to be leading like this, their draft needs to lead in terms of gold. They're a very gold-hungry draft.
Yeah, and they got a tower, so explains a lot of that money. And the Tinker did go down twice, though, so that definitely is going to be a problem for him.
Even though Nana died twice, so it really hasn't impacted his net worth. He's right under the Shadow Fiend. If you actually take a look at the whole net worth, it's rather top-heavy for Bazaar. Most of their heroes are leading.
Yeah. It's true, only Shadow Fiend staying on top of the curve. Teehee has been doing a decent job in that middle lane. And Ajit gonna take the time to go into the fountain. They deploy the shrine, allowing for a easier Ancienting experience. You know, Velo working towards that Blink Dagger, so it's the Slaughter. Both of them at the almost the same amount of gold, so it's gonna be more of an arms race here. Who gets the dagger first and who actually unleashes it on the enemy.
So at this point, it's just waiting for...
Rocky getting the Slaughter. So that's going to be him slowed down. It wasn't even an Omni Slash, and now they have that one to commit. Oh, a big Crystal Maiden ulti.
Oh, X-Nova in the wrong neighborhood.
Yeah, this guy a little bit late to the party, but maybe not. The Tinker is here to land in some fire, but the Crystal Nova will ensure that Nova is slow enough to get chopped down, turns around for that magic missile, but the spin is just enough to finish him off. And now Nana, not looking for any trouble, just gonna fly out rockets as well as Martian machines to keep his farm going.
So a bit unfortunate there for Bazaar to lose both their Timbersaw and the Vengeful Spirit because they actually gave away 1k gold with that exchange.
Oh.
Losing absolutely nothing as well for Geek Fam.
But yet, the Terrorblade and the Tinker managing to equalize with the Shadow Fiend. So was that really a loss or was that space?
It could have been space, but they need to also keep in mind that giving this gold to Shonix, who is gonna come online a little bit sooner than the other two, it could be a problem. But again, it also depends on how Shonix plays this game. If it's gonna be that passive farming juggernaut, or if it's gonna be a more proactive roaming juggernaut that we sometimes see. It really feels like he has to be proactive and let Teehee. Yeah, Teehee can help as well with the Shadow Blade, but they need
start
to.
with the Nova?
Oh,
Okay.
they don't have a way of going over the tree line though. That's the problem.
Well, we'll see if it's going to be a farmy juggernaut or not. But
It doesn't feel like it though. It feels like they need to put the team effort in and to start applying that pressure early.
it is a Helmet Dominator, which usually symbolizes that he is looking to get a creep. Is it a right thing to say that he's looking for that creep to stack, or is that a creep to push and get Roche?
It could be. Honestly, it could be either. Roche, I think, would be the more favorable grab here, just because you want to be getting the. Firstly, you want to grab the Aegis ASAP to supplement these pushes, because we already know that pushing for Geek Fam relatively strong already with the healing board. So if they can maintain this consistent push, then not only is it going to help out the draft, but you need to take the map control away from Bazaar. They're a team that is quite reliant on having quite a bit of map to roam around. And with the Tinker, obviously, more map means more fun.
Yeah, more fun indeed. And speaking of fun, we have Teehee and his gang smoked up. Shadowblade as well. Teehee has broke smoke. Nova is scouted out. Immediately jumping in with his brand new Blink Dagger. The Terrorblade torn to shreds. No chance for a swap again. The Requiem and the Crystal Nova. Crystal made an ultimate, just doing so much damage. Aerial denial all the way. Nova inching into that Blizzard and immediately getting frosted up and taken out by that Shadow Fiend. 3 heroes down and a tier 1 push gone wrong.
Oh man, look at the gold as well. Another 1k gold into the pockets of Geek Fam, and guess who got most of it? It's the handy dandy Shadow Fiend. Obviously, this is going to be a great momentum swing here for Geek Fam. Clearly no defense here for Bazaar, although can they get this tower in time?
I think definitely the Tinker still has another 10 seconds. If anyone eats too close, Ben could get picked off, so have to be careful there. I've been seeing that Ben has been struggling a little bit, and some of the analysts we were talking about earlier do agree that he has been underperforming a little bit compared to the other offlaners we've seen today.
I would have to agree with you as well. We've casted, not just you and I, but obviously me and Cyclops as well. We've casted a few of the Bazaar games, and I don't think I've ever seen a moment where I say,
wow, Ben.
Wow, Ben. Yeah, exactly. He hasn't made any of those flashy plays that saved the team or anything. That's not to say he might not do it today. He might do it in this game. But yeah, for the most part, he's not really playing to a capacity where his team would really desire him, I guess. If he died, I think the team wouldn't mind.
Yeah, getting accidentally chipped there by that Timbersaw. Hiding in the trees there, looking for a pick, but in the end, I don't know about you, but I feel like this Terrorblade is not going for Dragonlance as well, just going straight for the Manta style. No extra range, no extra bulk. Just getting shredded in all these team fights, 800 HP.
Yeah, I find it interesting as well. Let's put this on paper, right? You grab a Yasha, it's going to be a Manta style. What sort of playstyle would you be looking for if you're a Terrorblade, if you avoid the Dragonlance and go for Manta style instead? Is it just this split push illusion-y sort of thing we're going for?
Maybe just some brute force with your Metamorphosis. You can immediately deploy two 70%, no, not 70%, but two very strong illusions to help you out in a fight. Because if you Manta in melee form, you have stronger illusions, and then you Manta. It's like a more firepower on the spot, but you don't have the range, you don't have the tankiness. So kind of the last cannon-y. Maybe trying to avoid the silences from a spirit as well could be another thing. Help him absorb Omni Slash.
Yeah.
There are a few reasons why you would pick the Manta over Dragonlance.
I could agree with you on the point where you need to...
they're stampeding again. They find the Timbersaw. No, they do not. Frostbite not able to reach that far, and they blow the Stampede for nothing. Still, they are ahead, and don't want to overextend there. Good discipline.
Back to farming here for Team Bazaar. Looks like Bazaar's decision to potentially push towers has come to an end. I think it was mainly just all the T1s that they were looking for, the easier towers to take down. T2 territory, they're not quite ready for that as of yet. I think they just wanted to open the map up, make their heroes feel comfortable and say, okay, there's never going to be a forward TP.
Jumping in, trying to get a solo kill Rocky with a blink dagger. So early in the game, blowing his entire remnant stack there and takes out the Tinker solo. This is why I love this guy, but unfortunately, he TP's a little bit too close in full sight of Afu, and who also has a blink dagger. So, but you know, a support spirit trading his life with a core Tinker, definitely what you want. Timber Saw going down elsewhere on the map as well. Definitely a good trade here for Geek fam, and yeah, like I said, Rodgy is the man.
Roger, at the end of the day, even though he died, you still kill off the Tinker.
Yeah.
And that's such a huge priority kill for Geek fam. So honestly, Roger has been an absolute star for his team. And with the Tinker down as well, like abusing the fact that there's no March, he could just hit the tower like this, and there's no one to contest him because there's only 3 heroes available on the map. Terrorblade never wants to defend a tower, he wants to farm.
And yeah, Tinker, going a little bit close. He has the blink though, and I think Bello was looking. But luckily Nana had the sense to actually blink backwards. But with that healing ward, you actually have that sustain very strong against the Tinker's rocket spam, the March damage, and they claim the tower anyway. And I think that one is definitely on Rogi. Now, having that blink dagger so early, it's good as well. You know, I don't often see position 4 having that kind of farm so early. But somehow he found it, so.
But by the way, Shonix has been leaving his Centaur in the Roche pit. So this is just keep an eye on Bazaar just to make sure there's no sneaky Roches.
Yeah,
like
double minus armor.
You have to expect this with Avenge and a Slardar on the dire side. Maybe Geek fam taking. Do you think Geek fam would take Roche at a reasonable time? I guess it would.
If they get a two hero pick off, I think they go in a 2 hero pick off, a Timber Tinker pick off. I think they go.
Yeah, I could see that. What about a Slardar pick-off though? Slardar's been the main initiator for Team Bazaar.
He's a little bit low level to count on being out of the fight for too long, but I mean, I could see that. If they killed him really close to the Roche pit and run there in time, maybe. It does depend on the timing as well, but Tinker going to be spotted there by a sentry ward. What kind of sentry ward is this? A sentry ward from an experienced team is what. And yeah.
Experience ward.
Yeah, this is a ward that's placed out of I don't know, man, learning. No, that's not the word for it. But you know, it's something you place because you know the enemy. You probably scrim against them a lot of times, got caught out by these Shadow Blade ganks, and you just drop a sentry ward. It's also to counter out the anti-Tinker wards, of course.
So I want to take a look really quickly at all of the team's items for the most part. Tihi's got his Silver's Edge, which is pretty much a core item on Shadow Fiend nowadays. I don't think there's any other item Shadow Fiends pick up first anymore.
Yeah.
It's always just the Shadow Blade.
They have Dragon Lance sometimes. They go Dragon Lance first. Yeah. Some games.
In the case of this game, though, it just makes sense to go for the Silver's Edge first, just so you can break the Timber Saw and pretty much render Ben useless.
Yeah, and reduces damage as well.
It's just that the Terrorblade's not really a factor yet, so not really necessary to kill him.
Yeah, and Tinker going to help the Timber Saw march down this tower, while Geek fam go for what we exactly said they're gonna do. Roshan and this Terrorblade illusion gonna get destroyed, and I think that it smells mighty suspicious.
Here we
and
go.
Afu immediately jumping right in. The Wave of Terror is there, but the Crystal Nova stops things, and then immediately gets chained up by a Centaur. Stop Afu. Now panic mode activate. This Luna Courier trying to run away, but gets counters. Gets like a follow-up swipe there from shooting. They lose their Centaur, but that is damage done enough. The Slaughter buying back into the game, recognizing the importance of winning this team fight. Crystal Maiden probably gonna get smacked down here. Yeah, well, will be the kill, but a big Requiem here from Tihi will be his dying breath as he takes out the Slaughter, who just bought back into the game. But I think the festivities have stalled up Roshan long enough.
Okay, so the one buyback that we had in that engagement was the Slaughter. He did die, unfortunately, but do you feel that the buyback was a significant factor for Team Bazaar?
Not really. He already has his Blink Dagger. He's not really slowing down any type of item progression, but if they snatch his Aegis, it's gonna be huge. But how does Rogi have a Midas? This guy is
That's
insane. Oh, he
Raji.
kicks in and okay. He stalls it up a little bit. There's a Crystal Nova. Is there an ultimate from the CM? Yes, she is going to deploy that ultimate. Is there going to be a steal? The Aegis was not stolen. So the Terrorblade does get it. They lose their TB. Nova is still in there. He did swap out his TB just to be sure. 170 seconds, 170 HP left on that TB. So they do get the Aegis. The steal was unsuccessful, but I'm still reeling at this Midas. How does he afford things like that?
He's sort of. I would actually put him in the same boat as if you remember Net. Remember Net when he used to play? He was always one of those supports that you'd check his inventory 10 minutes later, suddenly Midas, suddenly Blink Dagger.
Yeah, and like what?
And it's like, how did he get this farm? Did he like just type in a hacks command, just like GIF 999 gold?
Crystal Maiden's map poor, so maybe there's that. He's that kind of position for you buy everything. You buy everything.
You mean position 5?
No.
Six.
I'm saying the Earth Spirit. He's that kind of position 4 that points to the position 5. Like CM should get wards, not me.
No. Raji's 3.5. He's not 4 anymore.
He's like Aoi when he was a support.
Yes. Yep.
That guy farms.
The very greedy support. Yeah. One that soaked up all the farm.
And with this Midas, he can generate his own money as well, and gear up for that late game. But that Terrorblade getting the Aegis is definitely a big win. Gonna be able to farm in the jungle pretty much fearless, because you don't have to worry for those surprise smoke ganks that might pick you off like hit and runs. You have that Aegis to keep you in the area for your teammates to arrive. But meanwhile, Spirit going for another hunt on that Tinker. Not gonna be successful this time.
Do you feel like Raji's gonna be able to solo the Tinker now? I feel like maybe Nana's a bit too big for him to chew.
Does he have eels? Otherwise, I don't see why not.
No, I guess not. Yeah, I guess.
No
I guess
dagger,
he
no
is.
eels. Tinker is
No eels.
break with silence.
Yeah. Oh, looks like Velo is gonna be poked down here by Nana a bit, but his team isn't really in a position to kill him. They're just gonna let Velo go. He's not really a problem.
Oh, they're TPing people to the shrine, and Nova does have swap. So
Look at the positioning of Ben. He's playing that split push Timbersaw. He's not playing the kill people Timbersaw. It's the kill creeps Timbersaw.
Bloodstone Pipe dead giveaway. No Eel Scepter, just there to stay alive. The two robot guys actually.
Yeah. Playing PvE this game,
Yeah.
not PvP.
And that Alpha Wolf giving 125 gold to Nana. Definitely gonna enjoy that one. And the Aghanim Scepter almost complete there. 400 gold away, and that's when the problems start compounding, I think.
Oh, definitely. The bouncing lasers. I'm sorry, the bouncing lasers.
And
The biggest problem.
the quadruple rockets.
Yeah, rockets as well.
And he's gonna make himself tanky enough to resist a Spirit solo kill.
You would think so, but I'm pretty sure Raji would find a way to still kill
Taking
him.
5 Veil, yeah. Easy.
Headshot.
But
There we go. Ags completed, like you said, on that Tinker. So it looks like for now, Bazaar, they're just going to play passively up until the point where they feel like that they're ready to push. And I think at this point, they're just waiting for Arjit to be that ticking time bomb to finish up farming the Skadi and reach a point where Geek Fam will eventually run out of damage trying to kill a Terrorblade. It's like one of those moments where if you build a Terrorblade so tanky that it takes a team too long to kill you,
Yeah.
you're going to get a guaranteed Sunder off all the time.
And I'm looking forward to level 25 talent. I know it will not be selected over 15 all stat, but 10 seconds under cooldown sounds like a fun time to me.
That's just asking for you to go for the old school Dagon build.
Hey, that's fun. Hey, Rocky found the Tinker. Hello, Aghanim Scepter. Will it be enough? But full with the life-saving crush, and now we have the Vengeful Spirit bailing out by Crystal Maiden saying, "I hate you, Tinker." And Arjit here to the fight takes out Velo as well as a Shadow Fiend. So a good turn of events here for Bazaar. They lose their Tinker, they lose their Venge, but they trade for a Centaur and SF. I think a value trade for them.
Skadi done on the Terrorblade. Now Arjit has some presence on the map. Not only does he hit hard, but he is a damn tanky hero now. And suddenly Geek Fam, they've got another hero that they need to worry about. Not a skinny little Terrorblade anymore. It's a really big boy, as well as his Tinker buddy. I think Geek Fam, they've got to reevaluate how they're going into this game, because I feel like they started to play a little bit too passive, and passive games are where Bazaar thrive. especially with the kind of draft that they're running. But they're still farming on Shonix. Like, look at Shonix's build. He's actually going straight into a Mjolnir. Is this just to clear out those illusions?
Well, there's that, and they have a centaur where they can put the Mjolnir lightning on. So it's not too uncommon. I've seen Weavers go for Mjolnirs as well. But Shonix taking quite a chunking here from Ben, who has actually picked up the Eel Scepter to resist the Earth Spirit Silence.
Wouldn't be surprised if everyone on Bazaar picks up a Eel Scepter.
Yeah. Rodkey himself is building one.
Yeah.
And he almost has the funds to do it somehow.
Somehow.
Position 4. But hey, Slaughter's learning from him, getting up a Hand of Midas. So we're buckling down for that long game now. We have 16-9. Always nice to see the white screen.
There's a BKB on T. Still 9 seconds. So, the thing is,
didn't do him any good though.
Exactly. Like, if you buy a BKB, you would only assume that you would start to continue applying that pressure, right? Because it's a defensive item. It means you want to play aggressively. But the fact that you buy a BKB, but you go back to farming, this is sort of a wasted investment.
Okay, what is this Timbersaw doing? Feels very Ice, but the Eel Scepter now going to buy him a little bit of time, but he immediately uses that Bloodstone and kills himself off. But still, forces out 5 rotations here from Geek Fam, and I would say he's decently okay with it.
Space created?
I said very Ice.
Very Ice.
But Crimson has a Midas now, so CM gonna get rich, yo. I don't think BKB is gonna do her much good though. There's a swap to remove the channel anyway.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like,
if you're swapping to CM, then good for you.
Yeah, that's good and all, but from what I've seen so far, Nova has definitely been saving them swaps for defensive swaps. So yeah, I still think the BKB can be warranted unless somehow Nova turns into Rogi and puts together an Aghanim sometime soon, which, you know, no, never happens.
I would love to see an Aghanim CM in a real game, but hey, I think a Blink would be better here to reach for stuff, but I guess she's not planning to go front lines against these guys. So just staying behind, popping that BKB, resisting the burst damage of Tinker, and just releasing the Hailstorm would be a pretty important move.
Very defensive maneuver by Geek Fam.
And for good reason as well. Shionix has to be careful. Is there any disable? Afu has that stun. Will they have the burst to take him out though, is the question. We have lasers, we have rockets. Maybe we do. Nana, maybe fire out some rockets to soften him a little bit. But Shionix staying out of vision range for now. But Ben will take out the trees.
Ben's actually just tanking all the tower shots. He's just standing there with the tower aggro.
They see him though, and the Omni Slash might be committed here, and immediately Rocky running in with a 3-man stone. What happened to Slaughter? Where did he go? The defensive swap coming out, and now RJ swaps lives and pops that BKB. Time to go ham. Take names, he says. Teehee resisting the damage for now. Has that frost armor on him, but he's getting slowed. He's running. There's no way out. There's a triple kill for Nana. 4 men down. And we thought Rocky had a great start, but it did not burst the Ajit Terrorblade in time. This is what happens.
This is where the passive play for Geek Fam really kicks them in the backside. Bazaar, they use their time so efficiently, farming all of their heroes. Geek Fam going for BKBs and just not using them effectively. They're getting so heavily punished for it. Even though you have something such as a BKB, you're not running away from a Terrorblade that has a Skadi. No way you can outrun that.
You can't fight that either because he has a ridiculous 33 armor. And Shionix now gotta feel a little bit underarmed. Shionix has that Mjolnir, but really can't reach that close to do any damage. He applies the lightning shield for now, and will fend off invaders for the time being.
Obviously, Roche going to be a priority here. Not going to be up for another 1.5 minutes here, so obviously they're going to be keeping their eye on that if they can grab the Aegis. It'll be another good way of ensuring they get that guaranteed push on the T3. But Geek Fam, they can't afford to suffer any more damage like that. They still have a decent pick-off draft. they need to grab at least something to draw the game out, to bring that Juggernaut as well as the Shadow Fiend back into relevance, because with how they built their heroes, they're not hitting hard enough.
Yeah, I think it's unfair to say that Geek Fam were playing too passive out of habit, but it was also because of the Aegis Steal. If you remember, the Aegis Steal and the Terrorblade afforded him like 5 minutes of no rush, you could say. They weren't about to run into a Terrorblade with Aegis, so Geek Fam were kind of forced into a 5 minutes of farm until the Aegis runs out. So
I guess they
That bought
didn't
them a little bit of
really
time.
they didn't really need to wait for the Aegis. If they tried to play like some of the more hyper aggressive Southeast Asian teams, some teams, their solution to an Aegis steal is pop the Aegis and run. Then suddenly you reset the game, you're on an even playing field again, and then
say
you
it
go
like
back.
it's easy though.
Obviously, I say it like it's easy, but Geek Fam are suffering, and they need to find a solution to this because suddenly their problems are just going to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and Roshan respawns, so both teams see this thanks to the creep and this Terrorblade illusion. So we'll see if I think the next big team fight will be at that Rosh pit. Tinker is gonna spend the time just march down the waves so that their pressure is on the Radiant to go back and defend, and then they can easily just sneak in that Roshan, being able to do it really quickly with the minus armor and TB. Eagle Song now, so scary stuff. This Terrorblade is turning to be a real monster.
Well, his name makes sense now. Terrorblade is going to strike fear into the hearts of Geek Fam. Just a matter of time unless Geek Fam are able to somehow counterplay Team Bazaar.
Yeah, look at us, Spirit, building into that Aghanim Scepter, the one item that can lead to some ridiculous turnarounds with the right remnant usage, kicking enemy heroes into danger, kicking his core heroes out of danger. A lot of things can happen here, but we'll rely on Rodgi being that perfect initiator that he has always been doing. But Velo has the Aghanim Scepter as well. Something to point out. I think the damage reduction is going to be huge.
Shonix might get
Oh,
around.
they're going in. There. Here's the Yule Scepter. Stare, blink away. The Chakram is there. He deploys that. Ultimate right away, and Ajit now dropping very low, has the Sunder. He swaps with that Shadow BNT. He has to run away with that Silver Edge. They use the Shrine to keep himself alive, and Ajit now losing his life. Rodgi is hexed up by that Tinker. A fresh new Cypher Vice there, getting the kill, and they die back on that Spirit Centaur. Buying back into the game, sees low health targets, really wants to go for it, finds Nova. That's a double edge. That's a nice kill. The gem reclaimed, but Slaughter not about to give that one up just yet, and they are expending a lot of buybacks, Geek Fam, and they will lose another hero. Waiting for that team fight recap, but I think that is a huge economic turnover here. Bazaar is definitely going to enjoy that one, especially with the follow-up Aegis about to come.
Kind of surprised they actually went straight into Roche. Maybe they're thinking that there are some extra buybacks on the side of Geek Fam.
Yeah.
Looking at the death timers, if they knew that there were no buybacks, I would have seen them possibly just run down top lane, go straight for that Rax.
So just erring on the side of caution.
Yeah.
Showing some respect. I think safe play. If they do the safe way, they can still win with proper execution. If they rush it, they get overrun by buybacks. They might lose the Aegis and throw the game. So this way seems safer. You always have that buffer when you play Tinker on your map. You have Timber Sword to clear out waves. You're not too afraid.
Butterfly onto Ajit. Evasion, damage. Skadi,
Level
BKB,
25, level 25. Give it to me.
Not yet.
10-second cooldown. Do it for the
Here we
memes.
go. Top lane. It's with an Aegis.
Yeah.
They're just gonna go.
I think Bazaar might be realizing that dream of top 4 now. With this win, will they be able to get it? Geek Fam, they played so well to this point. Will it fall apart here? There's Rodgi going in, trying to make something happen, but this is a 2,000 health, 2,400 health Terrorblade with a lot of friends of himself, Butterfly, and a second life. So that's a melee Rex forfeit. No contest. And it does seem like Bazaar are content.
All Bazaar have to do, just wait for Metamorphosis to reset, reload, go again.
Yeah.
Bottom lane.
For now, they'll just take the Moonwells, the shrines.
Rip and Pepperoni Shrine. You'll be missed. Everyone loves shrines.
Yeah, I love the sound they make.
So now Geek Fam, they're at the mercy of Team Bazaar. What's really left for Team Geek fam. I'm looking at it, and any solution I come up with is definitely grasping at straws now.
Rely on your opponent's arrogance, I guess. That always works.
Rolling the dice.
That's what Master Ramen likes to say, you know. C team always throw. I'm inclined to agree. The amount of games I've casted that have gone the other way when it shouldn't have, too damn high. 20,000 net worth? Yeah, they can top that. If old Cloud9 could do it, they can do it. We'll see.
Actually, we've never seen old Cloud9 with the new patch.
Old Cloud9.
Old Cloud9 with the new patch.
Yeah, true. True.
So,
True. But when there's a will, there's a way.
yeah.
We shall see. It's one hell of a lead to throw away, but that much we can hope for. But Arjit, they don't look like they're ready to make mistakes. They're marching in, Metamorphosis or not. Ace Illusions of Terrorblade do quite a fair bit of damage themselves, as you can clearly see. Star is melting. Oh, a Hex and a swap out. Whoa, perfect combination, but Shionix will be bailed out for now. Rocky going to deploy his ultimate, but resisted by a lot of BKBs. Afu, Terrorblade, just to name a few, but that is not the best BKB usage. So now he's going to be susceptible to burst and chain stunning by Rocky. The lasers, though. Teehee killing himself. The Timbersaw will fall. That's a raise to be remembered. Arjit still has the Aegis, Butterfly, and pretty much full health. The Crystal Maiden has used her ultimate. Slaughter jumping back in. Now Arjit says, I am a Mega Demon. Takes out the Centaur in 3 good swipes, and now brings out his friends. Nukes down the melee Rax, and I'm not sure Geek Fam has answers.
You don't want to touch that Rax if you're anywhere near Ajit. Oh, this guy is an absolute beast. Just rotating to the middle lane. 2 heroes down. Probably the biggest threat, which is Rogi, is down. And this is probably why Ajit's feeling so safe. Because there's nothing else that's there to hurt him.
Yeah.
Like, we even saw the Omni Slash just now tickled them. It did literally no damage to anyone on Team Bazaar.
Shionix going in for the Hail Mary play there, getting piled on by the snowball barrage here from Ajit, and he gets blown up. That's a godlike streak for Nana, and I think that might have been the last throw there. Geek Fam are going to be tapping out of this game any moment now. The Slaughter dropping low. They're not giving up just yet. Oh, the Sunder, a little bit of a mishap. Almost killing off the Terrorblade, but he just really wants to use his Aegis, and I think that might have been a BM Sunder now on hindsight. But Afu takes out the last remaining hero, leaving only CM to barricade herself in the fountain. Nope, no mercy for the weak, and they'll blow her up as well. So Nana, well, I don't know, just really stepping up. First half of the day, shaky performance, and then he just stepped up to the plate and forces out the GG.
It's like good cheese. They just matured as the day went on.
And
So,
the Terrorblade pick paying off for them. A lot of siege damage that could come out, coupled with the stalling the Tinker offers.
Gotta say that Geek Fam, because we don't normally